Thinking about living that expat dream in Mexico? Well, you've probably come across blogs or Facebook posts boasting about how renting an apartment here can cost 60 to 70% less than living in the United States. But what's the real deal with those prices? Are they boots on the ground real or just clickbait? And what do these apartments even look like? When you see a description of an apartment that says cozy, are we talking about a nice comfortable nook or a tiny cubicle? Which of these neighborhoods are even safe for expats? Well, join us on this virtual tour where we give you real-world detail on Merida's most popular neighborhoods and showcase affordable yet desirable apartments to fit different budgets. In my 10 years as an expat, I've been through over a dozen international relocations. I've been through it all. So stick around to get my insider tips on how to score the perfect apartment in Merida. And hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps us out. For those that don't know me, I'm Marco Sison, and I'm thrilled to bring our community of 500,000 expats who visit Nomadic Fire's website another fact-filled video guide on our YouTube channel. NomadicFire.com brings you the best updated intelligence on expat life in different cities, countries overseas. With us, you get the unique perspective of having one source to compare, contrast, and capture life in retirement hotspots like Mexico, the Philippines, and Colombia. Hey fellow expats, welcome back to Nomadic Fire. If Merida is on your radar, or if you're just curious about the housing scene in the city's hottest expat neighborhoods, you're in for a treat. Today, I'm gonna give you an insider's tour of 4 apartments right in the heart of Merida's Central District. We got everything from a cozy studio to a spacious villa to a stylish 2-bedroom apartment and even a brand new 2-story house. Prices range between 12,500 to 25,000 pesos per month. First, let me share some quick background info in the city and the neighborhoods. But if you're already familiar with Merida and just want to see the apartments, you can just fast forward to the timestamp that it's going to be right here. Merida slips under the radar for most expats checking out Mexico. It's not like a tourist hub like Cancun or Tulum or Playa del Carmen, and it's only recently getting a reputation amongst digital nomads and expats looking for a lower cost alternative to the rising prices in Mexico City. But Merida is no backwater country town. Merida is the capital of the state of Yucatan, and it's an emerging hub for investment and growth in the country. The city has seen its population explode by 20% in the last decade, with a large influx of both foreign expats and Mexicans coming in from states, and everyone's kind of drawn to the area's gorgeous cenotes, the proximity to the pristine beaches, the Mayan ruins, and the unique Yucatan cuisine. Now, combine that with getting voted the cultural capital of the Americas twice, and a reputation as one of Mexico's safest cities, Merida is now an established hotspot. There are over 1.3 million people living here, with the expat population somewhere between 10,000 to 20,000. And estimates really vary because a large number of US and Canadian expats are snowbirds. They only spend about 6 months here to escape the harsh winters back home. With rising popularity comes rising prices, and with some estimates showing a jump in housing prices of over 15% annually. Yet, despite this inflation, your money stretches a lot further here. You're gonna be pleasantly surprised at how much bang you're gonna get for your buck in Merida. Now, let's talk about finding that perfect apartment. Even after over a dozen international moves, finding an apartment in a new city is always an adventure. Every new country comes with its unique set of challenges. I remember the first few days after my move to Mexico, navigating rental contracts in a foreign language is never fun. Even figuring out which neighborhood is best suited for our lifestyle was just a ride. See, even though Merida's population is 1.3 million-ish, there is a big issue with suburban sprawl. The city is super spread out, and it makes walking to different areas less convenient than others. For example, our first apartment was in a neighborhood that was technically on the border of Centro, but there wasn't a single medium-sized grocery store within walking distance. We didn't have a car, so this meant a long walk in the hot sun, or spending extra to get groceries delivered, or taking an Uber to the store. Before we get to the nitty-gritty of house hunting in Merida, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more expat insights and adventures. Let's start with neighborhoods. The city center is called Centro in Spanish, and many expats gravitate towards this central area and the upper parts of Centro. It's got the historical charm, there's colorful houses lining the streets, and there's lots of cute little cafes and restaurants. Unlike Querétaro, San Miguel de Allende, or Guanajuato, Merida Centro is not a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So it's not the Instagram pretty that you see in those other cities, but there are streets that have a very similar picturesque vibe. The northern parts of Merida are less charming, but far more developed. They offer modern Western-like conveniences like air-conditioned gyms, better public transportation, and large grocery stores. They have a Chedraui Select, Soriana, Hiper, they have a Walmart, and they even have a Costco. So if you're missing those free samples or just kind of craving that Costco hot dog, you're in luck. But not all of Centro is as cute as it looks in travel brochures. As soon as you venture east, south, or west from the core, you're gonna notice a really stark difference. The streets are less picturesque, the houses are a little less charming, and the sidewalks, the sidewalks are gonna be an adventure. They're uneven, sometimes high, sometimes missing. On the bright side, rents in these areas are usually cheaper. We love being close to the beautiful parts of Centro. So all the housing options we're showing you today are gonna keep you core to that lovely central area. Now, keep in mind, we signed our contracts in the slow season here, so it's a renter's market. When we negotiated for our leases, if you're house hunting during the high season, especially around December, January, February, when the snowbirds from the US and Canada head south, prices are gonna jump around 20%-ish. One of my biggest complaints about Merida is the lack of trees and green spaces. Without trees, summers here are hotter than anywhere I've ever lived. However, the lack of trees is also a drawback during rainy season. We didn't expect flooding to be such a pain in Merida, but surprise, lots of concrete, no lawns, and very few green spaces means water cannot seep into the ground and pools up. When the rainy season hits, we were constantly trapped indoors with a flooded kitchen and a living room. It was absolutely not fun. Usually it clears up within 24 hours, but still it's a mess when it's there. Floods can occur at all areas of the city, but certain streets and neighborhoods are more prone. Centro is notorious. Our area in Chembec was always hit. Additionally, be wary of any houses in Las Americas, parts of Itzima and Avenida Itzales. Even outside those areas, here are some tips to determine if a place might flood. High sidewalks. In many parts of town, if you see tall sidewalks, it's a good sign that the roads will flood. Also, ask a taxi driver. These folks know the streets like the back of their hands. If you got an eye on a house, ask the cab driver if the area floods. Also, chat with local businesses. People running small shops in the neighborhoods will know which roads turn into rivers during the heavy rain. Remember, when you look at a house and you see a full concrete backyard, that's not going to be great for drainage because the water has nowhere to go and is likely going to end up inside your house. So watch out for those concrete backyards when looking for properties. Our place had a 13-meter draining well in the garden next to the terrace to prepare our backyard from heavy rain. Here's your first insider tip. The addresses in Merida are a little confusing at first. Housing number goes last. It's a bit puzzling, but don't worry. Here's a quick guide to help you navigate like a pro. In Merida, not all places have a straightforward house or building number. For instance, Palacio de Gobierno, which is one of the city's most important landmarks, doesn't have a specific number. Its address is Calle 60 by Calle 61 y 59. Centro, 9700 Merida, Yucatan, Mexico. Now, here's what all that gibberish means. Calle 60 means it's located on 60th Street. By Calle 61 and 59 means it's between 59 and 61st Street. Centro indicates it's in the downtown area. Now, when you see an X in the address, use that as the cross streets as your guide when you're looking on a map. This is going to be really handy when you're trying to navigate around the city. For places that do have an address number, like many homes and buildings, things get a little simpler. But knowing how to use those cross streets are definitely going to make your life easier as you explore Merida. All right, let's kick things off with our first apartment for 12,500 pesos. This gem is a 2-room shared villa. It's quite a find. This spacious bedroom comes with a comfy couch, a big king-size bed, and Typical for the area, there's a hammock with wall mounts, so they're just perfect for those lazy Saturday mornings. There's also a dedicated office room with a desk, lots of closet and storage space, plus a private bathroom. The bedroom has air conditioning, which is going to be essential in Merida, where heat waves are going to come up to 110 Fahrenheit, and those are very, very common. The rest of the villa is shared, and it's all about this communal living style. There is a roomy living area, a beautiful garden, and a pool where you can cool off. And trust us, you're going to need the pool in Merida. The shared kitchen is well equipped. It has 4 gas burners, a big fridge, so you can cook up a storm whenever you like. The pool and garden area have plenty of seating, and it's perfect for relaxing or soaking in the view. This place really blends comfort and practicality and affordability, and so it's going to make a great start for your tour. Here's another insider tip. Merida's a freaking oven. Not having a pool here is basically a deal breaker. Now, I'm no stranger to the heat. I've lived all over the world in hot places like Egypt, Vietnam, Morocco, Las Vegas. I was born in the Philippines. I know all about living in tropical heat and humidity, but let me tell you, I've never experienced heat like Merida. So make sure your house has a pool. Enough said. The rent here includes a pool cleaner, a house cleaning service once a week, high-speed internet, and all your utilities except for electricity. Now it's time to talk about your power bill. Electricity in Mexico can really get pricey, and it's almost never included in your rental rate because of how pricey it can get. So always double check the terms with your landlord so you're not getting caught off guard. Power rates in Merida are escalating tiers, so the more you use, the higher you get. There's even Domestico de Alto Consumo, or DAC, and it's a rate for users that go past what the power company defines as high for the area. And that DAC rate can be 3 to 5 times higher than the base rate. And the rates change for different parts of the year. During the hot months, you just plan for a massive electricity bill. To give you an idea, cooling just one room in our house 20 hours a day during a 110-degree heat wave cost us about $100 USD per month. Fortunately, that extreme heat only lasted about a month and a half. Next up is a spacious studio for 14,000 pesos. The studio includes 2 double-sized beds, a comfy couch, a dedicated workspace. The studio is flooded with natural light, so it kind of feels open and airy. The bathroom is really unique. It's big and bright, it has 2 sinks, and these natural stone walls and plenty of windows looking out to the backyard. The bamboo accents give off this I'm naked and I'm showering outdoors kind of vibe. Now, the minimalist kitchen was the biggest downer. I struggled cooking here with just the 2-burner stove and this little tiny fridge. Luckily, tacos in Merida are cheap. But on the plus side, it's one of the largest studios we've seen with plenty of empty floor space. Perfect for laying out some mats and getting a good stretch or even doing some yoga. The apartment also comes with AC and a shared pool. Next up, we have a brand new spacious 22,000 peso 2-bedroom apartment. This one's a beauty with a modern and colorful chic design. It kind of felt like you were in a IKEA showroom. The living room is inviting. It has a comfortable couch, a big TV, the office table, and the kitchen area has an induction stove. It also has a big fridge and a washing machine and a dining table. It's really perfect for those of us who like cooking and dining in style. Each of the 2 bedrooms has its own private bathroom, and they come out with blackout curtains, which is a great feature for those who value their sleep and really helps with keeping the heat out of the apartment. During our visit, the curtains were drawn and made the room look really dark, much darker than they actually are. But once you pulled the curtains open, the rooms were actually plenty bright. Each bedroom and the living room were individually equipped with air conditioners. There's also a small shared hangout area with a plunge pool on the apartment building's terrace. It's really a nice spot to kind of cool off with a michelada and relax after a long day. Finally, we have a brand new, stunning 2-story, 2-bedroom house, and it's only 25,000 pesos. It's the pricier option, but in my opinion, it's well worth the extra cost. As soon as you step inside, you're greeted with this entryway with just plenty of storage, including a washer and dryer conveniently hidden in the closet. The modern design kitchen is perfect for foodies that like to cook and entertain. The kitchen boasts a massive 5-burner gas stove, an overhead vent, and an island for extra cutting and workspace. And it opens up to a solid wood dining room table and this like high ceiling living room with these tall wall-to-wall glass doors overlooking the garden and pool. I mean, this setup was made for entertaining friends and having people over for dinner and drinks. Each room in the house comes with air conditioning and ceiling fans, ensuring you stay comfortable no matter the season. The private garden and the pool are the highlights, and they're complete with papaya trees so you can enjoy fresh papaya whenever you like. The large glass facades allow for natural light to flood every room, and the north-facing orientation of the house avoids any direct sunlight, which again, especially nice during Merida's hot season. Upstairs, you're gonna find 2 spacious bedrooms, each with its own private bath, and the courtyard views are filled with greenery from old trees of the neighbors' yards, giving you kind of this serene, leafy outlook despite being in the heart of the city. From cozy studios to spacious villas to modern homes, Merida is going to offer expats something to fit every budget and lifestyle. Today, we're focused on homes in the core of the city, but if you want to move further out, there's going to be cheaper options. But you give up the convenience of being near the city's heart of activity, cultural events, and restaurants. We intentionally stayed away from the northern areas of Merida. Merida Norte is a much more affluent area. Here you're going to find the gated communities with large modern homes. If you miss malls and US suburban living, you're going to be able to find it here. But since we didn't have a car, living that far away from the city center was a no-go for us. We hope our tips and apartment showcases have given you a clear understanding of what renting in Merida is going to be like. If you're planning to move to Merida, make sure to hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when our new videos drop. And if you enjoyed the video and found it useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more real-world expat tips and adventures. Your support helps us create more content for you so you can live your best life abroad. So, until next time, hasta luego from Mexico.